Hi everyone, I'm Giselle Fernandez for Los Angeles Magazine, and this is Big Shots. This is a series where we track down the big shots, titans of industry, movers and shakers who pass through Los Angeles every day and we don't know about it till now. We track them down, we want to find out what brings them to our fine city, what business trends are happening in their various industries, so we learn a little something when they're here. We want to find out what they love best about Los Angeles. We want to know when they're coming back. Today's big shot is real estate developer, civic leader, and uber philanthropist Rick Caruso. The dapper, well-coiffed Republican visionary is renowned for creating places like the Grove, not just retail centers, but community gathering places, much like plazas in Europe. He's been able to bring diverse residents of the city together, perhaps better than anyone else. He's often said, if a developer can bring a community together, the city should be able to do the same. Today we catch up with Rick Caruso. What does it say about a city that doesn't bring people together as well as a developer does?
Well, I think it's created an opportunity for me, there's no question. One of the things I'm most proud of all of our properties, whether it's the Grove, the Americana, and Glendale, is it becomes part of the fabric of the community. That's the trick. And people adopt it as their own. And they jog through it, they push the strollers through it. They read the newspaper just hanging out with us. And we encourage that. And
you once posed a question whether you're going to run for mayor or for governor. You said, is it better to be the king or the kingmaker? Have you made up your mind yet?
Well, I really wanted to run for mayor. I mean, we had commercials cut, Giselle. I mean, you
were right there.
We were way down the road. The way I analyzed it at the end of the day, there was a hesitation on the family's part, which was fine. I get to be a dad once. The mayor's office comes around every 4 years. If there's another opportunity down the road and it makes sense and there's a meaningful role for me to play, fine, we'll take a look at it. But I wish there was more people in the city that got involved. We need private industry, the private sector, to get involved with the city council, with the mayor's office, and make a meaningful difference. And let's just pick 1, 2, or 3 things that we can do to help the city. Let's figure out if there's ways to solve some traffic problems in the city. I think it's one of the biggest problems we have in the city of Los Angeles, right? It can be fixed. I've been very vocal that we have the best climate in the world, and we're spending billions of dollars building subways to move people around that not a lot of people are riding. Put it above ground, make it interesting. I have a trolley at the Grove and a trolley at the Americana that all day long are full, and they go nowhere. But people take the ride because the experience is interesting. The first stage that I want to do is connect the Grove and LACMA. That's very doable. And then once it connects LACMA and it proves itself, which it will, we'll connect LACMA to Fairfax. I'll connect it to my competitor down the street, the Beverly Center. Make it a more livable city. Make it a more interesting city. Make it a more fun city to live in.
If there was one thing you would say that has to happen, what does Eric Garcetti have to do to really make a difference and move the needle?
Risk your job every day. Don't worry about your job. Worry about serving the people. Put your job at risk. Take some tough stances. Do some innovative things. Not everything's going to work. If Eric Garcetti figures out the traffic problem, he'll be the king of the world.
What's his next thing on the agenda to fix?
You have to fix the budget. You have to fix pension. You can't do a lot of the things that the city needs to do to be innovative and to modernize itself unless you fix the budget problem.
You are very concerned about the mayoral field, the robust voter turnout. What is wrong with this city that it doesn't engage itself and care more about its leadership when we have all these problems to contend with?
It was a dull, boring race. With all due respect to the people that were running. And it wasn't only at the mayor's level, but at the council level and everything else. And maybe what people are saying is, you know what, it's not going to make a difference. We're just not going to get changes. And that's sad.
But do you understand why they feel that way?
I understand that's why they feel that way. And that's why I want somebody to go in and risk their job. Shake it up.
It seems one of the boldest things we need to do is attract more business to the city. What do we have to do? What does the governor have to do?
Well, I think we're rated the most unfriendly state, in the nation in order to do business. So listen, there's thousands of regulations that probably need to be changed. We're leading an effort to change CEQA in the state of California, which is just puts a wet blanket on a lot of development throughout the state. Good development, not development that's controversial. I'm talking about good development.
But you're up against all the
creates
environmentalists.
Jobs. You're up against environmentalists, you're up against the unions in doing that, but we are going to take the lead on that, and we're going to try to make a change. And I think Governor Brown has done a really good job as governor. I really do. I think he's cut through a lot of the stuff that he's had to cut through in the state. And now the next step is, how do we become competitive as a state? I was down at SpaceX yesterday, and in the city of Hawthorne, Elon Musk has put together a factory that's building rocket ships and is going to be the largest rocket ship maker in the world. It was fantastic. The point is, this guy's created 3,600 jobs in the city of Hawthorne. And I said, how is Hawthorne treating you? Great. You know, they couldn't be better to us. That's the way it needs to be in the city of LA. Let's make it easy. Let's put out a big sign and say, welcome, business people of Los Angeles, right? And it will create a new energy in the city.
How would you describe then your political viewpoint today?
Well, I would say that I am fiscally conservative. I am socially moderate. I'm socially liberal on some issues. When it comes to my Catholic faith that I feel strongly about, I recognize that I'm not God, so I'm not going to judge. How people choose to live their life and their lifestyle, if it works for them and it doesn't hurt others, God bless them and go live your life. I'm just not one to judge. Not going to do it.
So you come from humble beginnings. You mentioned your South Boyle Heights. What do you think, for either from your parents or your grandparents or those humble roots, that instilled in you this sense of real leadership and despite your uber wealth and success, always remembering your roots, your family, and your community?
A big part was growing up with my grandparents. You know, they were immigrants. My grandfather came to the United States through Ellis Island at 18 years old, and his first job was in the coal mine setting dynamite. Isn't that an amazing job? In a coal mine setting dynamite. I mean, I couldn't imagine something worse to do. And met my grandmother, who had immigrated also, and came to the West and became a gardener. Listening to my grandmother saying, you know, work hard, and, every generation has to make the next generation stronger, you know, stuck with me. I don't wake up every morning thinking I'm wealthy. It doesn't come into play for me. I wake up every morning grateful, and I'm not sounding like I'm some kind of saint, but I'm just grateful for what I have, and I wish more people, frankly, in the United States were just grateful that they were here. It is an amazing country with incredible opportunity. It's boundless opportunity if you actually just work and try, and things will happen for you. And give back, because the more you give back, the more you're going to get. I mean, I've realized that over my life, and that's why I love being with these kids in Watts, because they inspire you to say, wow, you know, I can do more.
Rick Caruso, I think you are one of the most inspiring men we have in Los Angeles. Thank you so much. You are the epitome of a big shot. Thank you for spending some time with us. Thank you.
Thanks
I'm Giselle Fernandez for Big Shot. See you next time on LAmagazine.com.